Greetings and welcome to the Aftershow for episode 6 of Cyberrats Corpo-Rat Shills. Oh man, this was a big episode today. Much bigger episode today than I intended it to be, but here we are. Thank you so much to you amazing audience and supporting people out there. It means so much to me that you enjoy our content enough to help support here on Ko-Fi and see these little extra after show insights. And of course, thank you so much for my amazing cast here. One, for being awesome, and two, for hanging out a little bit past our time to do this. So let me throw this back to you guys, and we'll keep it as quick as we can. Though I'm sure we all have so many words. First half of today's episode went really well, and pacing went pretty much exactly as I wanted. Things didn't derail until the second half, but all of the roleplay today, I have adored these extended roleplay sessions. I will also say that the pacing for the missions has consistently been a problem point for me, largely because I usually run very narrative games. If you've seen my previous RPGs Uncovered Seasons, you know I don't focus too much on combat, and now we're playing a combat-based Lumen game, so it's a very different pacing perspective that I need. But when we do get into these downtime sessions, and I can play around with NPCs, I can put you guys in cool situations, and rely on your awesome creativity and talent to just let go. I mean, you probably saw me on the cameras during that almost hour and a half of downtime. I spent most of that just polishing off my notes and maps, and just letting you guys go for it, poking and prodding you as I needed to. And guys, just thank you so much. All of that was incredible. I don't know if I even have any questions.
I said off camera that I had words for you. I still do. How dare you?
Look, Q. You can't give me that narrative gold. Oh, I've been in pain my entire life and my brother doesn't know, and not have me use that at the pivotal moment of our game.
Obviously, I'm not saying that you are wrong to do so. I'm saying, how dare you? Yeah, no, that was just hit at the perfect time.
I've been waiting for Hank to wind up in the clinic this entire session. I think this is the first time that Hank got injured. Yeah. So here for what, a good time, not a long time, and you last a long time. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So this was my first opportunity to really drop that bombshell, and I went all into it because this was the last time I could.
You sure did, and honestly, it was the perfect moment, because it was like, I was very much so like, okay, it's fine. Listen, we're gonna be okay. I'm fine. I'm alive. Hey, what's going on with your pain receptors? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. just gonna call me out like that.
Yep. And JD, the reaction to that, the brotherly reaction to that, so good.
Yeah, that was real. It was real ouchies, but it made for amazing role play. JD, you broke my heart in the best way possible, so I appreciate that.
Just like Hayden's heart was broken by realizing that their brother did not trust them enough to share that information.
Okay. That is not how that went down. How dare you? My good sir. Oh man. Yeah, no, it was, and I had to find the words, or Hank had to find the words for the why. Because like immediately it was like, oh, I don't think what I'm feeling is what they're feeling, but I know if I say that, they're gonna be concerned. But of course, there's also that whole part of we're just assets, which we get pretty much immediately. He's like, there's not a thing that I can change about this, so there's no need. So I'm just gonna smile instead. Yeah. A lot
So
of the
good.
songs on the playlist make sense, don't they?
That is a killer playlist.
Thank you.
Which I believe is linked in Hank's little bio blurb. I believe I'll go back and check that. If it's available, you should go check that out. I think I linked it. If not, I'll probably throw it in there because all of these guys,
Absolutely.
if they made a playlist, it is a fantastic playlist for their characters.
Absolute bombs. Yeah, no, for sure. And of course, we got the conversation between Pack-Rat and Nibbles, which was great. And then everybody's chats with Ian.
Back to back.
Back to back. That was so good. It was absolutely so good. And then the conversations with the director,
Yep.
which really got the ball rolling on some things. I really needed Esme to see the light. I did. I needed it for me, for her, for everyone. I needed that. So thank you so much.
So that broke Esme a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I always had it being like, yeah, this is absolutely a tragedy for Esme because it's never gonna go her way. I just if it was, I would, because I feel like most Cyberrats campaigns are gonna be basically just more just like living the grind. But this one had so many characters who were actively pushing against that narrative that it's like, yeah, Esme's, it's not going to be a tragic, like, oh, she's like such a bootlicker, but it's never going to get her what she wants. It's going to be a like, well, if she doesn't get what she wants, she's going to get something.
That was so perfect. Just seeing the realization happen in real time for her was very worthwhile because it was quite obvious when she was like, oh, I see how it's really gonna go down. And of course the director immediately going, oh, you're still here. That says so much with so very little. I absolutely love your portrayal of that woman. I want to fight her every single time she's on screen.
I hate her so much.
So much. Which means she's perfect.
It's true. Like, she has gotten Hayden upset. Hayden does not get upset. She is breaking through to them, even though they were like naive and optimistic.
After a couple of times, you're like, now wait a second.
No, I've worked for people like Director Himalaya. I get it. I've been there, and I can be a jerk. But man, I feel so bad for my little Emmy rat that she is named after because she was the sweetest little girl ever. And look at what I do to her name. Oh well. That's why I call her Director Himalaya and not Emmy.
Not Emmy. Yeah. No, that's legit. Oh goodness.
But Pack-Rat coming back in after the Esme conversation be like, listen, bitch, you gotta watch how you talk to people. And she was like, what are you talking about, rat?
Right, exactly. Exactly. It was just like, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you from the broke section. Like, ma'am.
I also love how Pack-Rat was like, yeah, like, you're gonna have to start worrying about everyone but Esme. And it's like, Esme's started thinking of like, okay, well, this is how I am going to bring her down.
Yeah. No, it's great.
Yeah, no, Esme is the spark. I mean, because Ian would have been fine with a plan like this, but Esme being like, hey, you're doing this, aren't you? I want in. And he's just like, I guess we are doing this. Why not? Everybody else seems to be on board. Sure. Please light this match, Esme, and we'll let it burn down.
That was also like, I designed Ash as like, yeah, she's like in it with Ian because it's like something to sort of like, it's the like, I'm gonna like eventually retire and move to Hawaii type thing of like, the very much like, I'm never gonna do that, but I have a poster up on my wall.
Very Shawshank Redemption. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, but also like that is like credit to you, JD, is like Ian was so earnest that it's like I can't just be humoring him. Like I feel so bad if I'm just humoring him.
And that way we went from just this kind of little spark of a backstory idea. Oh, it'd be funny if we just kept talking about how we're gonna like rob a bank or a museum or something in the future, to what now very well could be a full-fledged like one-shot rats in the dark heist of the GDG ship that you guys are on, bringing down Director Himalaya. That
Yes, please.
Yep. That was a turn.
Lord.
Also, like, sorry for derailing your game, Alex, because I do genuinely love like that. It's about normally it's like about the grind and about workers in the way that a lot of Cyberpunk isn't, but it's like we are derailing this. I'm sorry.
No, I think that's a really interesting place to take it. Of like. Well, and it's a natural place. I mean, like, the answer to... I'm going to get capital P political here for a moment, but the answer to capitalist corporations is a co-op. It is, hey, we are the workers here. Let us take this in our own hands. So, like, politically, that's compelling. But from a gameplay point of view, like, even if we take this over, we have our revolution, there's still an invasion. Like, that's a really exciting space to explore. Like, what changes if we take that assumption? And like, we could have built that, like the assumption is that like we're corporate nobodies, but like there's no reason why we couldn't be in charge of our own little, we could have our charter that we're in control of. But no, I think it's fascinating to try and crawl out for more power.
Like, legitimately, the way that I saw Pack-Rat going, if they didn't die, was to just disappear. But now, the way things are going, they would absolutely be invested in going, no, we're going to take our own...
Pack-Rat's the union rep now.
Yeah.
I actually feel the opposite about Freighter Joe, where I'm like, I don't know that he has a place in this new, like he is, if anything, content being the corporate drone.
I was thinking that. I was like, how is Freighter Joe going to fit in? And the only hook I could see for him, if we could get him to see it, is like that exact piece that you were talking about, Aaron, like that dream of, I'm going to do this thing at some point in the future, but it's a pipe dream, is like making it clear to Freighter Joe, what you keep talking about is a pipe dream unless you do this.
Right. Yeah, and honestly, at least with the way our current setup is, Esme has been like, you work for me. So Freighter Joe can absolutely just be on board until we go, here's money. Go have your freighter ship, so yeah, he's just the big guy who moves the things while we're rebuilding.
I am very excited for our little epilogue sepia vignettes when we get to the end of this game, because I think you guys are going to have some really cool ways to tie up your characters, not just for yourselves but amongst each other. But I think we're going to hold off on actually resolving whatever heist plan this might be, because I'm seriously considering that one shot. So we'll see about that. But you guys think about your epilogue vignettes and what you guys would like to do after and should you survive this mothership assault. But speaking to that, let's move beyond our downtime section and into this of our last played missions outside of our story mission. This was a big one, guys, and turned out to be bigger than I expected, because I don't remember if I said this on stream or in the intermission between that and this. But after you guys just completely bulldozed that literal tsunami wave of rat swarms during the Valdivian mission, I was like, yeah, they can handle half a dozen ABPs. They're in the same column as the rat swarms. They'll be just as bad, and these guys are monsters. Yeah, let's have at it. Woof, guys.
Yeah, no, they're not built the same. Like, honestly, Hank having the arc sword, leaps and bounds different.
Yep.
Like, if Hank had been there when, Esme did the graph thing, easy peasy. Yeah, everybody.
Yep.
He can take all that pain. It's fine. But yeah, no, these are very, like, specialized.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the swarms are all very specialized,
Yep.
I think. And I guess except for Nibbles, who has big gun. He cast bullet. He cast it real good.
Oh yeah.
That's the beam gun that Jack gave. The
Yep.
gun.
Mm-hmm.
I gave you
But
guys a lot of
also have
toys.
multi-shot. You have multi-shot and front loaded.
Yeah.
So I don't know about that. So, but yeah, no, it was a lot. I feared for my life.
Yeah.
When I went in that room, I should have taken the adrenal shot just to be sure, but I didn't. It's fine. But yeah, no, those Kaisers are
They're
scary.
rough, man.
Yeah.
They are. I mean, the Kaiser. I think the anti-biotech personnel are.
I was going to say, like, they were the
worse than
ones
the
who
Kaisers.
really got us.
Yeah. I
was gonna
like
say-
the Kaisers we dealt with real quick.
The Kaisers hit harder, but the anti-biotech personnel are so much tougher, so much more resilient.
I think it was the combination of like the painted, the shred, and then because the Kaisers hurt a lot more when the recoil.
Yeah.
You don't have soak
Yep.
to soak it up. Like, that's rough.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's the Keen 3 on the Kaiser that.
Yeah, that's why they were rough.
Yeah, that's why they were rough. Yeah. I was finally able to get rid of these 4, 5, 6 or more dice pools that you guys have been throwing out, and we finally got some failed rolls. There we go.
We should have used the help action more often this time.
Oh, I forgot that
I
existed.
forgot that existed too. Oh god.
And, well, you can actually play as a Kaiser in the expansion.
Fun.
I'm gonna have to read through all of that. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to derail this.
Yeah, but this is endgame, guys. You are facing some of the toughest enemies at this point. So Keen 3, having to deal with recoil, reflect. We got some big enemies turning up now.
We got some construction pieces, right?
A couple of
Okay.
them. We can
Okay.
excavate a room, definitely, and then get like a 1 cost.
Yeah, after we heal our people.
Yep. What
That
did
is
that
true.
come out to? 21 script, 24
20
script?
Yeah,
Something like that?
21 script. Yeah.
6, 7, and 8. 6 and 8 is
15 plus
14.
6 is 21.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's rough.
Yep.
It's real rough.
Very rough.
But you should be able to pay that off, which means we're going into our 2-part finale with all 8 of our original Cyberrats, and nobody will be injured. We won't need to worry about interns. We won't need to worry about injured operatives, which is good because I wasn't really sure how I was going to make that work, seeing as we are going to be playing out both the primary and secondary mission. So it works that that you are spending the script to heal yourselves, because I'd have to make up some minor mechanic for that. Yeah, this is going to be a big finale, guys. I got ambitious plans. I'm not going to divulge anything just yet because I want to make sure it seems like something that I can actually handle in 2, ideally 3.5-hour episodes. But it's going to be a big finale. So At this point, I believe we've handed out the script for this last mission. It was 8 plus 1 for a kill for the primary and another 4 for the secondary, and that's the last script you guys are going to see. So throughout this week, grab whatever upgrades you want. Make sure to have enough script left over to afford the clinic. And then we're going to jump into our finale next week and the week after. And there's going to be no downtime between that. So any damage you guys get next week is just going to roll over. You're going to be in the same state for the conclusion of that 2-part finale.
Okay.
And I'm pulling out all the stops, guys.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's gonna be rough. Everybody get a med pack. Everybody. Oh,
And
goodness, I didn't.
yeah, what did we have? Because I put together a whole list of what could be helpful going forward and the types of rewards I could give you for successful missions as I've been doing. Definitely interesting, the missions you went on. Because the first one we had, you guys chose Mazda Meteor for the Fabricator.
Yep.
Yeah. So we didn't rescue the hostages.
Nope.
And the Spore Swamp, you guys didn't do the Spore Swamp.
No, that's
Yeah.
like a straightforward one.
Yeah, what was up with them?
The Spore Swamp. I mean, I don't want to give too much away, but the final cutscene of this episode did show something on the bridge of the mothership that released something very similar.
Yeah. That's gonna hurt later, I'm sure. Mm-hmm.
I bet.
I'm sure it just makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside.
No. I'm probably warm, but not fuzzy.
I mean, probably
Yeah, I was
fuzzy
gonna
too. It is
say,
fungus.
You don't want to have spores make you feel warm and fuzzy.
Nope. Certainly do not.
Yep.
It's a hard pass for me, my guy.
So let me ask you guys as we wrap up here, any predictions for our finale?
I think that we're going to succeed at cost.
I just want us all to live. I
think someone's gonna die.
I'm pretty sure someone's gonna die, but I personally want us all to live.
I will say, and I'm gonna save the majority of this discussion for our final analysis episode afterwards. But it is next to impossible to actually kill a Cyberrat operative on a mission. I feel like the only way that operatives really die is if they are injured and then have to go on the secondary mission, and then they fail, and then they die. Otherwise, you blow through defenses, they get uninjured, and there's no reason to attack them anymore. It's not like D&D when you can just double down and take somebody out.
I think it depends
Healing
on resources.
is much more limited, yeah.
Because like if you don't have a med pack, or you don't have someone with bandage, or that person doesn't have biotech.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, Q, your use of like resource management there was so good.
Yeah.
Can I just say, like,
I tried. I was trying so hard. Oh my goodness. I was like, I don't know. I'm so glad that I had somebody close enough that could actually benefit from taking some damage to get some biotech. That was clutch.
Yeah, you guys have been
So
so smart and so creative with the way you not only build your characters, but then utilize all of these things that you guys have. So I am here saying that it's super difficult to actually kill you guys, but I've allowed you guys to become unkillable monsters.
Yeah. That certainly helps. And I definitely think with more missions,
Yes.
you have more chance.
Yeah.
Because the threat levels will go up. Oh, and the victory will go up more with more missions, potentially. Because, like, having the military at threat 3 rough.
Yeah, that hurt on this mission. Yep. You guys
so...
been buying down the threat level, but you didn't do it this time, and I hit you for it.
Yeah, no, that was a hard time, and but yeah, no, I definitely think we're gonna have to spend this money wisely so that we don't die. People who don't have Pierce should take it. Also resilient.
I will say there are narrative opportunities in the upcoming 2 games for your characters to just die.
Oh, lovely.
I'm not going to say any more than that, but I mean, if you go down and you are injured, there may be reasons that you cannot be brought back up or saved or moved on to the next part of the mission. So we'll see. We'll see how many people are left standing at the end. Yeah, it's I have some fun plans.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine, JB. Breathe. It's gonna be fine.
Any more predictions for our finale, or anything you guys really want to see from our finale?
I really just want to be surprised. I don't want to make any more predictions. I just want to get into it. You know what I mean?
Well, I can do that.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I don't want to speak anything into being, but I will say, you know, if you made me cry in the finale, that would be fair.
Okay. All right. Well, Q, I'm sorry. JD has just signed Hank's death certificate. But...
I mean, hey, look, I told you, here for a good time, not a long time.
No, that's true.
And we have had a long time. You know what I mean?
We have.
So
All
it's
right.
fine. I'm ready to take the L for the team.
All right. Yeah, I don't know if we're actually going to have an after show next week because it's going to be halfway through our finale, so I might just let it hang in suspense. So, last opportunity to get some final insights in before Endgame. Anyone have anything else?
I love you guys a lot. This has been such a great time.
You guys have been fantastic.
Yes. Alex, amazing game. I like this a lot.
So fun.
Jack, you have absolutely been running the hell out of this game, so thank you so much. JD, you're perfect. 10 out of 10 on notes. Aaron, incredible. I love both of your characters. Truly amazing. Also, the craziness you did. Like, let's start off. Esme was like, "Pyom, pyom, gravity ball."
That opening turn.
It was great.
That was incredible. Thank you so much for highlighting that, Q.
A ridiculous round. Oh, so good.
Yeah, that opening turn with Esme, I'm like, yeah, they're gonna blow through these guys just as bad as the rat swarms. And that,
see, I really want to be on a team with Hank so that we can combo the gravity ball and just Hank existing.
Yeah,
we can do that next time. We can absolutely do that next time.
Well, we'll talk off screen about what's coming up so you guys can better prepare your teams and your loadouts and whatnot.
Excellent.
But with that, I think we've been going long enough. Thank you so much for the insight, and thank you so much for hanging out. I know you guys need to get on with your evenings. Thank you so much, audience and supporters, for enjoying the show, hanging out with us, supporting. It means so much that you enjoy what we're doing here, so much that you are helping me do more of it. So hopefully, not hopefully, definitely going to be more seasons of RPGs Uncovered and workshop creator interviews. But the more support means the better they can be, and the more frequently we can do shows. So thank you so much. Just go out and tell more people. That's the best you can do at this point. Thank you so much for watching. We have what should be an incredible series finale coming up. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for our final after show. Not next week, but the week after that, and then we'll get to our analysis of the games of Cyberrats. So thanks for hanging out. I'm sad it's coming to an end so soon, but happy time zone, everybody, and we will see you next time.